Good morning and welcome you to the KMUTT special talk today. Today we are very honored to have guest speakers. The first one, let me introduce K.Nuttaphong Jaruwannaphong. He's now the director of Thai Social Enterprise Office. Please give a big applause to K.Nuttaphong Jaruwannaphong. Next, Professor Zongying Zhou, the Director of Master Program in Social Enterprise from Fujian Catholic University. He has had experiences from industrial practice for a long time and 25 years of strategy management, teaching and research. And he also are interested in the social enterprises and will share with you guys about social enterprise in Taiwan today. And also we have Kuniwat as an interpreter for today's session. And myself, Tawisak Gritcharan, the lecturer from Graduate School of Management and Innovation as a moderator. Okay, the first question that I would like Professor Zhou to tell us briefly about what is social enterprise and why we need it in our society.
Good morning, everyone, including President. Although I'm not good at speaking English, but for the efficiency of the process, I will try to explain myself. I will give you some of you have come to my first lecture last time. So I have introduced the regions of enterprise, right? It is the cooperation of a society. When we cooperate, then we will create the reputation, and reputation will be can be the occasion of the improvement of productivity. So exchange make us to share the productivity gain from that cooperation. That's the regions of enterprise. But later I was talking about that. Because of the silo effect, people learn from that enterprise can give them some profit or benefit. Then they ignore the community, ignore the people's we should concern. So it caused the problem of the imbalancing society. So why we should, why we need social enterprise is just a mean to correct the social order, the order of society. Okay, so when we are interested in social enterprise, I'm thinking about that. The most important thing is to clarify the concept of social enterprise. For example, if we want to implement social enterprise to a rural area, I will please you, don't just give them a business model or any advanced skill. Some of you have remember that I give you an example. This is a new version of Castaway, right? Do you know that movie? Yeah. If there are two people on the island, one is doctor, the other is fisher. They can cooperate. They can't. So if we just introduce a business model, advanced business model, or any other advanced professional skill to a rural area, they won't make them cooperate. They cannot helping the they cannot helping the help the development of the community. That's the starting point. I'll give just a short.
คืออย่างนี้ครับจะมีการร่วมมือกันนะครับระหว่างทั้งสองฝ่ายทีนี้ทั้งฝ่ายทั้งสองอาชีพนะครับทั้งทางคุณหมอนะครับกับอาชีพหนึ่งก็คืออาชีพชาวประมงนะฮะทีนี้ถ้าทั้งสองฝ่ายเนี่ยอยู่ด้วยกันนะครับในเกาะล้างแห่งหนึ่งนะครับทีนี้จะดำรงชีวิตอยู่ได้ยังไงนะครับจะร่วมมือกันยังไงทั้งสองฝ่ายนะครับทั้งทางอาชีพหมอเองกับชาวประมงนะครับจะดำรงชีวิตอยู่ในเกาะล้างได้อย่างไรนะครับอันนี้ก็จะเป็นคำถามที่ว่าการร่วมมือกันนะครับการที่จะปรับตัวนะครับเข้าหากันสร้างจุดเหมือนนะครับให้มันใกล้เคียงกันแล้วก็สามารถที่จะดำรงชีวิตไปกันได้นะครับซึ่งทั้งสองอาชีพเนี่ยมันต่างขั้วกันเลยนะครับจะทำยังไงนะครับอันนี้ก็คือเป็นคำถามแล้วก็เดี๋ยวจะมีต่อไปที่จะให้เห็นว่าทั้งสองอันเนี้ยนะครับทั้งคุณหมอเองเนี่ยจะต้องปรับตัวเข้าหาทางอาชีพชาวประมงนะครับผม
Okay, as the topic today is about social enterprise, case studies, lesson learned between Taiwan and Thailand. So I would like Professor Zhou to tell us about the case studies that you would like to raise for all of us in Taiwan.
I will give you a prayer film for you.
อันนี้คลิปต่อไปนะครับที่เขาจะร่วมมือกันนะครับได้อย่างเงี้ยนะครับคุณหมอก็ต้องมาเอามีดมาชำแหละดูซับตาดูหูฟังก็ไม่หวังเลย มันเดียวกันคือว่าที่ผมคุยกันก็คือเป็นลักษณะของการทำเพื่อสังคมซึ่งเขาไปสร้างสังคมให้ดีๆแล้วมันจะพึงดีทั้งสองฝ่าย就是那个字幕，太美了。
同步的解释一下，因为他们希望可以把影片留着没关系。OK，你可以尽可能解释一下，你解释。
好的，好的，好的，好的。อันนี้ก็จะเป็นแต่ละธุรกิจนะครับที่ทางของแต่ละองค์กรเพื่อสังคมทางไต้หวันเนี่ยเขามีนะฮะอันนี้คือธุรกิจ Green Power นะครับของทางไต้หวันก็คือเขาพัฒนาสังคมไปด้วยในตัวนะครับอันนี้ก็เป็นอีกตัวหนึ่งนะครับธุรกิจอีกตัวหนึ่ง就是没有，就没有人，就没有去这边。
可以去关掉，要不要？
也不一样，就是让他可能让他继续比较好，我觉得。ใช่ถูกคือมันมีหลากหลายแต่ว่าทุกอย่างมันอยู่จุดเดียวกันวันนี้มันเข้าผลิตปิดย่อยนั่นเองให้ก็ดูเพลินๆเมื่อกี้ทางโปรเฟสเซอร์บอกว่าถ้าเกิดผู้ฟังก็สนใจเลยเขาสามารถที่จะให้ตัวคลิปเนี่ยกับทางตรงนี้ได้เลยอันนี้ก็จะเป็นอีกอย่างหนึ่งนะครับทางการเกษตรนะฮะ
Could you please summarize for me?
อันนี้เมื่อกี้นะครับที่ดูก็คือจะเป็นธุรกิจอันหนึ่งนะครับคือหลายๆอย่างนะครับแล้วก็แต่ละอย่างเนี่ยก็จะมีลักษณะที่ไม่เหมือนกันนะครับแล้วก็เขาจะร่วมมือกับทางสังคมนะครับทางผู้ผลิตแล้วก็ทางอย่างเมื่อกี้ของการเกษตรนะครับเขาก็จะร่วมมือกับทางเกษตรกรนะครับในการที่จะจัดร่วมมือกันนะครับแล้วก็สร้างสังคมของการเกษตรตรงนี้ให้มันดีขึ้นนะครับอันนี้ก็จะเป็นหลายๆมิตินะครับหลายๆมิติทั้งทางวัฒนธรรมนะครับทางการเกษตรหรือก็ทางพลังงานธรรมชาติอะไรพวกนั้นนะครับ
Okay. The film is made by Workforce Development Agent, one of the government department at 2015. Can be seen that in the film, mainly to the subject of the way to introduce social enterprise. Some of them are maybe very have that fancy technology, very fancy innovative. Some of you may recall that I have said social enterprise focus on issues most likely there are some risk factors. Therefore, I would like to say that in the new social moment of social enterprise, the old social forces still dominate the development of process in Taiwan. However, this is a natural phenomenon in the process of social change. Of course, in the beginning of a lot of social entrepreneurship are also concerned about the local problem as a starting point. But then the government officials will invite opinion leaders such as big entrepreneurs, academics who have trusted before, and those who are familiar with lobbying techniques, etc. Slowly, the whole mode of operation can easily be pulled back to the past mode of social operation. Therefore, the system itself, which promotes social change, may well be the object of change. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, before we know about the lesson learned that from case studies from both countries, let us move to the case studies in Thailand. K.Nuttaphong will show us that in Thailand, we start the concept about social enterprise for many years. So, K.Num, please tell us more.
สวัสดีครับผมชื่อหนุ่มนะฮะเดี๋ยวผมจะพูดภาษาอังกฤษนะฮะก็รู้สึกแปลกๆนิดหน่อยผมดูหน้าในห้องนี้มีน้องก็ไม่น่าจะหน้าตะวันตกเท่าไหร่นะฮะแต่ก็จะพยายามพูดภาษาอังกฤษนะโอเคHow many of you here that know that we have this office before, social enterprise, Thai social enterprise office? Can you raise your hand? Who know that we have this office? Very few of you. We are one of the very progressive countries in Asia on social enterprise. In 2009, the government have set up my office long time back. The reason maybe you don't know because we haven't achieved anything yet. We got the fund around $3.5 million US. That's quite a lot. And they spend a lot on something that they don't know what to do. They work with a lot of universities, including here. Maybe we haven't done enough to let you know that Thailand is promoting this concept, but at least we have done something that I'd like to share with you today. This is the chronology. I can put the file here. And if someone who really want to know in detail, then you can get the file. Just to show you that we have done so many things in the kind of experimental type of thing. So most of, as you know, most innovative thing, normally you achieve less than 5%, and that's exactly what we have done. So you might not see any kind of concrete result yet, but we felt that we invest a lot in that, and we hope that after the law passed, some of you here might be getting some benefit from what we have done so far. In Thailand, we have the certification system. Everyone can call yourself social enterprise, but if you want to get benefit from government, this is what you have to certify and qualify. 5 things. First, you need to have a clear social objective. So normal business could not get past this criteria. It's not just giving money from your profit to social objective. It must be your main objective when you set up the enterprise. What kind of social goal does you want to achieve? And it needs to be quantifiable. So it's not just your goodwill. You need to quantify what exactly you want to achieve. And I will have some example that it will be very clear to you what exactly means social objective. Second thing, you need to be enterprise in nature. So that means your main revenue is supposed to come from your trading activity, not donation, not granting, which many of them still quite familiar with getting free money. But if you want to be qualified, you need to earn your money from your trading, product or service. The third criteria, you need to be social and environmental from inside. So it's not just you pass the criteria, you need to be clear what kind of process that you have done. And some of the example from Taiwan, as you saw, if you are doing manufacturing thing, you might have to pass even higher than ISO standard. You might need to achieve things like fair trade, which is quite demanding if you go to detail. Fourth criteria, you need to show your profit management plan that more than 50% of your profit, not revenue, profit, must be reinvested into to achieve your social objective. So that means we are not talking about profit maximizing, but also we are not talking about non-profit. So that means we encourage you to gain profit, but the profits must come from fair process, both environmental and social. And also you have to show yourself and societies that your profit do not go just for you or a small group of people. It goes for societies. And the last thing, just to show that you have passed all the 4 criteria before, that means you need a very clear good governance system to show people that whatever you claim is transparent. Anyone can come and see what you have claimed. So those are 5 criteria that we are using to give the academic incentive from government. And at the moment, we have around 400 social enterprises that are self-defined. That's quite a lot. And with this 371, it's only 48 that are certified. So it's not easy, but it's not that difficult. I'll let you see some of them who are qualified and certified, just to show you how it looks like of being social enterprise in Thailand. We have the first group of social enterprise, which has been in Thailand long times ago, and this is a very typical model. So people, when they talk about social business or social enterprise, normally they start with this model, which I call it plowback profit model. That means you do whatever you want, whatever business you want, and then you give the money to societies, either through charity, either through social activity, whatever. The good example that most Thai people know is this restaurant, Cabbage and Condom, which belongs to Kun Michai Viravetiya. I guess that most of you do not have enough experience to know him. But if you are at the same age as me, he's very popular. He was so popular at that time. But not because of social business, but because of his social work. But he's the one who started thinking that by getting free money is not enough to achieve the social objective. So he set up this restaurant at Sukhumvit Road. Annually, the profit is 40 million baht. That's quite a lot. So now, all the social organizations that he managed do not ask for free money anymore. The money comes from social business that he has created. Although in the business, if you go to this restaurant, apart from having a condom as a gimmick, there's no social dimension inside. They're not selling organic product. They're not employing people with disabilities. They do not have fair trade policy. They just give profit 100% to another organization to do good thing. So this is conventional model when you talk about social enterprise here in Thailand. There are a lot of them. This is another example. Red Cross, if you know them, at Jaruwannaphong Hospital. We have a charity called Red Cross. It's international, but there's one unit inside those Red Cross, which they are selling the glass, not in the cheap cost. It's quite expensive if you go there. So instead of producing affordable product for mass people, they are selling just like a typical business do, but the profit from that business go to the poor people. So that means they might sell 1,000 glass, and then every year they will go to poor community to give it for free. But I don't know how many, or in terms of amount of people that they have helped, comparing to people who have bought the glass. I don't know what kind of proportion that they are helping. But this is, again, a kind of typical model where you think that you do whatever business that you are expert on and then get the profit back to society or community, especially for the poor. The third one that are quite still conventional but has developed a little bit further, we call it social need model. Apai Phubet Hospital Foundation is another good example of Thai social enterprise. Annually, their income is 400 million baht, believe it or not. And this foundation, instead of asking for a budget from the government, they are government hospital, they never ask for a single baht from government. Instead, they pay back around 80 million every year to the hospital so that they can have special program for poor people who do not afford to pay. But the difference between this one and the previous two is that inside the business model, instead of doing whatever business they want, they are using the kind of social value in business model. So they turn the community, local community, from chemical herb to be organic herb, and then employ mainly almost 100% from local people. So at the same time, when they are producing money or gain revenue, they are creating social impact from employment, local community. And not just that, inside the core business model, the main objective of this business is to replace the Western medical medicine, the Western medicine. So they're using the kind of local herb to develop the alternative medicine for Thai societies. So this is the main difference between the first two and this one. Still, they still give the profit back to society in some way to the poor people. But inside that business model, they start to create the social impact from inside. So that means you don't have to wait until you gain your profit. The business already creates social impact through your business model. Another type that I'd like to show you, this is quite different because we try to create the kind of typology of social enterprise in Thailand. So I select the one that are quite obvious so that you see the main difference. Another type of model of social enterprise in Thailand is what we call beneficiary-owned model. Some of you might be familiar with the word cooperative. The concept is to bring people, especially on the ground, to create business and share benefit. That is a kind of conventional model. This model has developed a little bit further. So instead of just sharing benefit, they try to create business that creates social value. Again, they don't have to wait until the business gain profit. They like to create business that creates social impact inside from the business model. So Triumph is one of them. Triumph is the enterprise that has been set up because of the unfair layoff from a very similar name of this. You can guess it if you are women. They are selling underwear. So it's kind of a gimmick. So there has been layoff, and they said that they have been protesting in front of Ministry of Labor for 6 months. They were sleeping over there, waiting for the money, which at the end, each one got 5,000 baht. It took 6 months to get 5,000 baht, and it's still unfair. So instead of continue protesting, they asked themselves, why would we have to wait to gain that such small amount of money? So instead of looking at the weakness of ourselves, could we start thinking that what is the kind of strength that we have? So they learned that they spent 30 years in this factory suffering because they could not gain enough money, but the skill that they have developed is so vast, so big. So why don't we start business using our strength? Because even we wait another 6 months, the maximum that we can gain might be 5,000 baht. But using our skill that we have developed in the last 30 years, so it could be a good business. And they have proved that. So 40 of them who has been laid off start doing this business using that string to develop underwear. Using this brand, and they are selling on the flea market in the university, and the monthly income of this business is 400,000 baht. So now, instead of protesting to gain 300 baht minimum wage, they are now earning 500 baht every day, and at the end of the year, they still get dividend because they own this company. And people who buying this underwear, they know that not just getting the quality product, they also create social value from their consumption. We have a very similar model of this people with disability foundation called Mahathai. They're located in Pattaya. It's a very old foundation, and in the past, 100% of that income come from charity or donation. And now they just realize that the donation is not sustainable. So normally they earn around 100 million baht every year to take care 600 to 700 people with disability for free. Now they're earning less than 20 million baht. So they start thinking what kind of business that can use our strength to create sustainable revenue. One of the business, just to be honest with you, we test 6 business, only 2 of them are successful, 4 of them fail. And one of the success case that we have developed with them is a call center. 100% of this company are people, wheelchair people, 100%. There's one people who are not people with disability because she has been working for this foundation for a long time. But at the moment, there are around 100 people, wheelchair people, has been employing in this enterprise, and it's growing very fast. 4 years ago, there were 12, and now there were 100. And interestingly, the company who hired this call center have tested the customer satisfaction survey. The result has been the opposite, because people who has been called do not know that the call center are people with disabilities. So there's no bias, definitely there is no bias. But the result is around 20% higher in terms of satisfaction, but 30% less in terms of expense of the company. So if you are that company, what you will do? Are you going to recruit them, or are you going to give them charity because you care about people with disability? At the moment, then when they start, they look at this project like CSR project, they kind of feel despair. They want to help people with disability. That isn't a bad thing, just to tell you. People with disability, they don't want you to feel that way. They want you to feel that they are just normal people who can do different things. They are capable, but they are capable in different things, not the same thing with us. And this is one of them which can prove that they can do very well if we give them a chance. And it's not just that because they are people with disability, but because they are doing this thing so well. So private company, 5 of them, are now recruiting them. That's why it expanded from 12 people to 100 people. And now it's become a sustainable business. They are planning to grow 300% higher in the next 2 years without helping from any other people. This is another good example, community-based social enterprise. This guy, his name is Lee. He's very famous this year, especially this year. He got the Best Farmer Award from DTEC. He was well known internationally. But if you read from his background, Lee is minority, ultra people. He does not have the ID card and nationality for the first 15 years. So he could not go to school. He could not go to hospital. He tried very hard to think what they can do apart from waiting for the government to help them. So he started to realize what the community and village can do to create the sustainable income. So he started his business, organic coffee, using fair trade standard, giving the farmer a right to set up the price, create ethical consumer market in Chiang Mai. Now he owned 2 coffee shops, and his annual income is 30 million baht. And now he's the highest paid coffee buyer in Thailand, that's what he told me. And he's expanding his business to create the academy for a local Hill tribe student just to come and give them a chance. So there are now 5 villages which he has been working, and all 100% of his staff is the minority people. So instead of getting money from the business, he tried to give a chance that he has gained to the other people. So there are a lot of multiplier effect in the business. Just imagine if you give them money, 100 baht one times. If you are fortunate, you might help 1 people. But if you create business that are sustainable and create social value from your business, then you can create impact for 1,000 people with the same money. So that is the concept of Lee. And he's now working with me to expand and create another Lee, another 100 of Lee in the other Hill tribes. So instead of helping people in the community to just buy things, give them money, so we are now creating a change maker, which we call social entrepreneurs. And this is a kind of movement that we have been developed in Thailand. The last 2 examples, just to give you a kind of more relevant case, because you are quite graded people, you could not go back and be just like Lee, where you don't have the right. So this is another 2 examples that are so relevant to you. Thailand has got the winner award from Singapore, but it's regional competition. We are the first winner for 2 consecutive years. The first one is learn education using technology to unlock the barrier in the educational system. The second one is I don't have time now, the Siam Organic. They also got the award this year, the winner. They're using the innovation to help create a better income for farmer and a more sustainable income channel for the whole communities. So they include all the value chain, not just buying higher price, but they also help create the better value chain, like rice mill, a quality rice mill, that develop the cooperative in the village to have a higher capacities to cover more work and then gain more value added inside the product. So these are a kind of development of social enterprise in Thailand. We see a big change from the past where good people want to do good thing and then they give away, no, not give away, they create business and give the profit to society, which never been enough because the problem is so large. And when you want to do business that gain that amount of money, it's very risky that you yourself also create negative impact from your business. And then we see the transition where people start asking kind of social need, what kind of option do we have apart from government agency or private sector? So we see a lot of good people from nonprofit organizations starting to do business, and they have been quite successful. And in the last phase, that what I saw, we see young entrepreneurs who are so professional. You have learned so much from knowledge that you have gained. You have better access to social media. You have better access to knowledge. And you can use that technology to create much higher impact. So the last version of social enterprise that we are seeing the trend now is this kind of people, just like you. When I first met them, they're just like you. And now they are in the much higher level. They are now so ambitious to help Thailand, not just themselves. Like Jasbury, they are expecting 100,000 farmers within next year that they can help 300% higher income from their knowledge and their business without free money, no charity, no donation. So that is a kind of a short presentation of what we have done so far in Thailand. I have some other few slides, but I think it will come later. So this is a kind of a case study that Thailand have done so far. Thank you.
Even though Kunum said that there's a few examples of a success for social enterprise in Thailand since the Thailand Social Enterprise Office started since 2010. But of course, I'm sure that everyone feel very excited that there's at least a lot of great examples for social enterprise in Thai communities. At least I think Thailand have a body of knowledge about social enterprise model, which will be very useful in terms of academics. Okay, now I would like Professor Zhou to share us about the lesson learned about social enterprise in Taiwan. Please.
I may go back to the concept that I just mentioned about. I'm very impressed about Thailand's progressing. Of course, I'm sure that Thailand is an open society, then you can get all information from the world. And I think your development about that social enterprise is almost the same as the other advanced nations, okay? But I would like to dig more deeper about that question, social enterprise. And I will give you that when we are getting more closer to the concept of just that I said regions of enterprise, you'll find there are so many decisions that we usually many decisions that we usually did may not be right. For example, I'll give you an example. You can imagine that there are just only 2 persons or 2 community or 2 country in the world. One is suburbs country or suburbs person, okay? Another is trade deficit country. Which one would you like to be? Which one? Which one? You choose one. Let me know. Which one? In Taiwan, most of people would like to choose suburbs, right? They may think that one's more have more advantage about competition, right? Okay. But if you assume that let the world operation like this forever, then what? I think that more like this one, or this one, right? The surplus one, always working for another, right? Until one day, he realized, and he will accuse you, you just take my job, right? So I will back that question. Social enterprise or enterprise. Enterprise is just a means for us to cooperate. Then they give us the chance to improve our productivity to improve our life quality. It's just a mean. Enterprise just a mean, not the end. Also, if we were talking about social enterprise, it just need to re-understand about the meaning of enterprise. It's very easy. I will give you that experience of the development of Taiwan. After World War II, right? We worked very hard. So we developed a small number of cities, such as Taipei, Hsinchu, or Kaohsiung, different industry, right? But because of this, we almost absorbed all of the rural resources, almost empty the rural area, almost. And because of the silo effect, I assume all of you will know that silo effect. When you do something specialized, and you will always only concerned about what you do, right? So it is the mechanism that we emptied that rural area. Just because the urban area, there are more business opportunity. So when everyone or every enterprise just pursuing the opportunity of business, then they will become ignoring community development and ignoring the concern of all vulnerable people that you concern. That's the problem, right? So let's say the mechanism that we empty the rural area. Now, we are encouraging young people to return to the countryside. I just said that we already emptied the rural area. So we now encouraging young people to return. But the forerunner won't let you must put aside the romantic feeling, because when the young people go back to rural area, there are no ecosystem there. There are no connection there. That's our experience. So I just said that I will prefer the focus of social enterprise should be area, community, rather than the issues. Rather than issues, okay? So,
OK，要我总结一下，要我总结一下，要我总结一下。คืออย่างนี้นะครับก็คือว่าของทางไต้หวันเนี่ยนะครับของเขาอย่างในภาพนี้นะครับในภาพนี้ทางชนบทเนี่ยนะครับจะเป็นการสร้างผลผลิตนะครับให้กับบริษัทหรือองค์กรในการที่ไปผลิตสินค้าต่างๆออกไปขายทีนี้ก่อนหน้านี้ที่มีเป็นรูปแผนภูมินะครับเป็นรูปวงกลมเนี่ยก็คือว่าทางบริษัทหรือทางผู้ผลิตเนี่ยครับที่เป็นในทุนเนี่ยเขาก็จะมองเห็นแต่เพียงผลประโยชน์แล้วก็มองเห็นแต่เพียงตัวเม็ดเงินแล้วก็มองตีมูลค่าของทางแรงงานของในชนบทเนี่ยนะครับเป็นเพียงแค่ทาสหรือแรงงานผู้ถูกใช้งานแค่นั้นเองนะครับแล้วก็ในเมื่อเป็นเช่นนี้แล้วเนี่ยมันก็ไปด้วยกันไม่ได้นะครับทั้งผู้ที่ผลิตเองนะครับแล้วก็คนในสังคมเองเนี่ยมันไปด้วยกันไม่ได้ฉะนั้นแล้วเนี่ยตอนนี้ก็คือว่าทางผู้ผลิตนะครับเขาต้องพัฒนาสังคมนะครับไปด้วยกันนะครับแล้วก็เป็นเมื่อเป็นเช่นนี้แล้วเนี่ยนะครับเมื่อพัฒนาสังคมไปด้วยกันเนี่ยเขาก็จะเติบโตไปด้วยกันได้นะครับแล้วก็จะทำให้แก้ปัญหานะครับแล้วก็ทำให้ยั่งยืนนะครับ ไม่ใช่ว่าเพียงแค่ฉับฉวยนะครับแล้วก็อย่างในภาพเนี่ยนะครับก็คือเมื่อเป็นเช่นนี้แล้วเนี่ยด้วยเหตุที่ว่าสังคมชนบทของทางไต้หวันเนี่ยในที่เขาให้ดูแผนที่นะครับแต่ละเมืองแต่ละที่มีความแตกต่างกันเนื่องด้วยว่าในแต่ละพื้นที่ตอนนี้เนี่ยในสังคมของทางไต้หวันเนี่ยนะครับโดยเฉพาะสังคมชนบทกลายเป็นสังคมเมืองซะเยอะแล้วคนรุ่นเก่าก็ได้ที่อาจจะทำนาทำไร่เป็นนะครับเขาก็อาจจะล้มหายตายจากไปแล้วคนหนุ่มสาวก็ได้กลับมานะครับกลับมาช่วยในส่วนของตรงนี้ก็คือช่วยในส่วนของการพัฒนาชนบทนะครับพัฒนาควบคู่ไปด้วยกันก็คือเขาใช้คำว่า reconstruct นะครับก็คือสร้างใหม่อีกขึ้นอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับสร้างสังคมแห่งตรงเนี้ยนะครับในการที่จะทำให้สังคมชนบทตรงนี้ให้มันดีขึ้นนะครับเขาก็เลยมาทำตรงนี้นะครับแต่ว่าในการเรียนรู้ก็ต้องเป็นค่อยไปนะครับเพราะว่าทางคนรุ่นใหม่ตรงนี้เขาก็ยังทำอะไรไม่ค่อยได้นะครับเพราะว่าเขาเรียนรู้สังคมเมืองไปซะเยอะแล้วนะครับแล้วก็ตอนนี้เขาก็กลับมาสร้างตรงนี้ใหม่เพื่อเป็นการต่อยอดนะครับต่อยอดของเดิมเนี่ยที่คนรุ่นก่อนเนี่ยทำเอาไว้แล้วเกิดปัญหาตรงนี้ขึ้นมาก็คือเกิดปัญหาไม่ลงรอยกันระหว่างทางผู้ผลิตกับผู้ของตัวชนบทเองนะครับตอนนี้เขากลับขึ้นมาใหม่เพื่อต่อยอดแล้วก็สร้างตรงนี้ใหม่นะครับเพื่อให้ธุรกิจสังคมเนี่ยไปด้วยกันได้ทั้งสองอย่างนะครับวินวินกันทั้งสองฝ่ายครับผม
I will explain more why Trump will accuse us that we take their jobs. Yeah, it is very simple, because global enterprise are crossing many community rights, right? If we just focusing on the analyzed unit on enterprise, then global enterprise will absorb resources from every community, just the same as cross-community enterprise. That's the same, okay? So I will like to introduce this just because this is not a cooperation situation context, right? Maybe a doctor should choose to switch his surgical technique to deal with the fish dishes, right? And then they can cooperate, right? So if we now to encourage rural people to marketing their product to urban area, is that what be happen? This is a shopping mall in Bangkok, right? that is what they are living. That's what they are living, right? I suppose that maybe this situation will be better. So first, we should helping rural area, just because that Thailand situation is not the same as Taiwan, right? In Taiwan, we almost already empty the rural area, but you are not. But you are not. You still have so many young people. You still have so many. I think relatively more complete ecosystem in rural area. We just need to give them more confidence about how to improve their living quality, and then learn how to do the enterprise. They will improve their living standard, right? And until that time, this kind of cooperation maybe emerge. So I give you an example. As we always said that Finland is one of the most expensive city in the world. But in my opinion, it also means that they respect the various primary workers. Do you understand? They pay more for agricultural product, right? They pay more for other kinds of primary workers. So they so they are the most expensive city. So when we but in Taiwan, we always don't want that the price of primary need go up. It's just because because care about ordinary people's living standard. But that's opposite way. If we pay less for those products, those service, then the vulnerable people will not get money. They will never increase their living standard, right? So we must rethinking about it. That's what I learned about social enterprise. When you arrive at stage, post-social enterprise society, everyone, every community, every country, every nation will be can be cooperate in equal standpoint with more competence for every maybe country, nations, or community, or each person. So let example, disabled people who join, who participate in some business. We always has a new way to invite them to. So when the inclusive society come in, just like that. That's my learning.
Okay. Would you like to show the video clip? Okay, Professor Zhou told us a little bit about the lesson learned from social enterprise in Taiwan, that how to balance between the urban area and rural area in Taiwan. Next, Kun Num will tell us about the lesson we learned from social enterprise in Thailand.
เมื่อกี้ผมถามว่าใครรู้จักสำนักงานผมบ้างนะครับข่าวดีก็คือว่าสำนักงานไม่มีแล้วนะฮะวันนี้ผมมาพรีเซนต์ก็ ด้วยตำแหน่งผู้อำนวยการซึ่งกำลังจะหมดในเดือนหน้านะครับน้องที่สนใจตอนนี้อาจจะ too late นะฮะ Let me share you some key lessons learned that we have achieved so far. There are four things. Some of them are not quite relevant to you, but might be something that be useful for universities to continue. We are in the process of waiting the Social Enterprise Promotion Act to be passed. It's still in the Cabinet Office. It has been there for almost 2 years. I don't know the reason why they do not pass it, but still, we're still hopeful for that. I will give you some detail of that act, which can help you gain more incentive to be social entrepreneurs. But before that, let me share you some lessons learned that we have so far in the last 4 years. The first thing, it seems irrelevant to some of you, but what I have found from my working is that we need more research-based social innovation. It sounds irrelevant, but what we have learned so far is that most Thai social entrepreneurs, they just have passion. They don't have enough good knowledge to differentiate themselves from the conventional market, which is quite difficult. Even you are just normal entrepreneurs, it's already very competitive to achieve. Even more so if you are social entrepreneurs, because you need to gain at least triple bottom line instead of just economic benefit. So that means you need much more innovation than normal business do. And that's what we call social innovation. And the place that I could imagine to develop the social innovation research base is university. So there's a role, active role of university, not just to produce good research, but also a research that serves well with the challenge of the society and be more practical enough to let people, just like you guys, to bring that research from the shelf to the ground. It sounds easy, but we haven't achieved so far. So we need more research-based social innovation. And secondly, we need more and better social entrepreneurs. That means instead of producing a lot of talented students, we need just normal entrepreneurs which has entrepreneurship, not just think of yourself as employer. That is quite important, especially in the next century, where there will be less work for employer, but more work for entrepreneurs. You need to be able to create new business from yourself, let alone social business. So that means we need more and better entrepreneurs to Thai society who can create new business for societies. We need more and better social enterprise. That sounds very weird when I talk about this. But when you have social entrepreneur, it does not guarantee you that they will create good social enterprise. More than 80% of the survey that my office has done in the of the social enterprise in the pipeline, of the social entrepreneurs in the pipeline, which they call themselves startup or entrepreneurs, less than 20% of them have really created enterprise, and less than 3% of them are positive in terms of their business economic value. So that means most of them fail. Most of them even did not create enterprise. They just are happy to have a lot of good activities, getting grant, create new things, and they never achieve to be the real enterprise. And very few of them are successful in terms of business. So that means either they still addict to granting, they come back again to get free money, but they never achieve in terms of market. So no customer who really want to pay them the service or product. So that is the situation. The last thing that we have learned is that scaling is another issue that we haven't achieved. Many good examples of social enterprise in Thailand, especially the first period social enterprise, they proved themselves that they can be successful in terms of business, that they could not prove themselves that they can scale. Looking through cabbage and condom, even though 40 million, it sounds quite a lot, but I asked Kun Mishai whether it has grown at all. He said, no, it's not his main objective. It's not the objective. It sounds strange for me. But he created another social business. A Paipu bed, before 2 years ago when we met, the founder of a Paipu bed told me the same thing with Kun Suwanna, the MD of Lemon Farm, that growing is not the strategy. Because if you grow, that means you become part of the capitalism, which sounds weird for me. Because if you are confident that whatever you do can achieve social impact, growing means you achieve more social impact, which are quite different from typical business. But in the last 2 years, at least, the three main Thai social enterprises are focusing more on scaling strategy. they have proven model, but now they are moving toward how could they scale in the much higher rate than in the past. Lemon farms start from 8 branch almost 20 years ago. Now they have 11, comparing to 7-Eleven. In 1 year, they said they want to go 5,000. I try to compare with conventional business because when you are talking about social enterprise, apart from objective, the tools that you want to achieve is quite similar. It's not different. You need to convince the market that you are selling good product or service, not because they want to help you. They want good product and service. And if you really want to achieve a better impact, that means the only way to go is to scale your business, in my opinion. Fortunately, this is quite something that both Thailand and international network has been talking about in the last 2 or 3 years. So the last lesson learned that I have learned from my work is we need to work larger to more stakeholder. For instance, a donor, corporate, public commissioning body, how could they turn to help social enterprise to grow? So we're not talking about 1 + 1 = 2. We are talking about 1 + 1 = 1,000 or 10,000. And what we want to know is how could we do that? We were including procurement system. We were including social investment market. How could we leverage money from normal people just like us to come and help Apai Phubet, to come and help Lemon Farm, to come and help Doi Tung, apart from you have consumption to buy things, which is not enough. If they have proven model, the question now is how Thai people could come and help in much larger scale. So that is the last lesson learned that we have in the past 4 years. Thank you.
Okay, Kunum told us actually social enterprise in Thailand is still evolving, but there are some lessons learned that evolved in Thailand as well, such as the how to make a better social entrepreneurs or social enterprise in Thailand. Okay, so for the last session, I would like both speakers to share with us about the future trend of social enterprise and how to make the social enterprise sustainable in the long run. So Professor Zhou, please.
I need my note. So I just sit here. I will say that I think about this the opposite way. I think social enterprise is the trend of the future. It's the, as you know, you know that Brexit, right? British are going to exit EU, right? And that, of course, Trump, right? And even in Asia, Japan, Korea, also must face so much problem about social imbalance. It means the order of the society should be rethink. So I'm rather than think to predict that what's the trend of the future about social enterprise, I would like to suggest you more confidence about we can use social enterprise to create our own future. For example, British is one of the famous country that already promote social enterprise so long, right? They're still against about globalization, right? It means they still. It means that there must be some question that when they should be asked for the globalization. So, in my opinion, globalization must be based on solid localization. I call it globalization, right? Solid localization is the most important force for maintaining balance in the process of globalization. So I believe that social enterprise is the most important way to do that. So when companies pursues their interests across community, the host just said about, former speaker said that certification process, right? I think that when people pursue their interests across community, only a firm sense of community can represent social sovereignty. This is the only way. No any other third party can certify who is social enterprise. So this is my opinion. Social enterprise is the future. Yeah.
จะไปก่อนไหมผมสั้นๆนะฮะวันนี้วันวาเลนไทน์นะฮะเราก็ควรจะโรแมนติกนิดหน่อยแต่ว่าผมอาจจะ contrast I'm not a type of romantic people I try to be honest with you what would be the next I used to believe just like him that social enterprise is the future I still believe but I am now a bit more practical because without some of the effort it will not go that way. So not just in Thailand, it's been debating all over the world. People are so optimistic about social enterprise, and it felt that this is a kind of magic tools. When you use this word, everything can be solved. It's not that easy. Let me tell you why. In Thailand, as I mentioned, we start quite fast. We are the third country where the government has set up official office. But now we're a bit behind. Just give you some context of what is happening in terms of policy level on social enterprise. A few months ago, the government has endorsed one law called Social Enterprise Taxation Decree. So that means if you start your business and be certified as social enterprise, you don't have to pay corporate tax at all. So that is a big advantage. And if you can convince social investors from either VC or philanthropists, if they believe you and give you money, then they can bring that amount of money to be tax deductible, just like LTF. Most of you do not know because you don't pay tax. But people who pay tax know that very well. That is a very good incentive. So this is what we have done so far. That means you already gain some financial benefit of being social enterprise. And at the same time, actually this law has been submitted before that law. We submitted almost 2 years ago, including the president. He was part of the reform parliament. It's one of the very first laws that passed that parliament. But now we're a bit behind, still waiting, just to give you some glimpse of what is going to happen if the law passes, so that you be more optimistic than me. The law will allow university to create social entrepreneurship in education system in all levels, not just university. And then we can use the fund giving scholarship to those academic institutions. So we are talking about integrating entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship in all levels of education with the government subsidies. Secondly, we are planning to have the earmark fund on social innovation research. So that means as a subset of the whole research fund, we will encourage more researchers to do research, not just for themselves, but for societies. so that young entrepreneurs just like you will have more tools to create good business. Third thing, we have planned to set up what we call SE Startup Grant. So that means you will get incremental funding from small amount of money. And if you can prove that it's viable, then you gain more money. In case of Korea, each startup gain 2 million baht. We are using the same figure. But to achieve that 2 million baht, you need to go 3 levels. You need to show your concept, prototyping the concept, and then you gain that amount of money as a grant. So that means you don't have to go risk developing application, asking VC who want profit maximizing. You can go to the office, getting the fund from government, showing that your concept is good for society, and then we will support you financially. The fourth one is the loan program. So instead of going to the bank when you want to grow your business or sustain your business, paying 8% interest loan, if you come to us, you pay only 2%, and you don't need collateral to prove that you have enough asset, but you have to prove your social impact instead. What kind of impact that can be quantifiable comparing to the collateral that you have to give me, you show potential social impact. The fifth one, we will give you advantage of being in the procurement system, both private and public sector. So that means if your service and product are good enough and create social impact, you can go higher price than normal business do. For instance, if I'm the director of the local hospital, I want to get food which are organic. In the past, they could not do it because it will go higher. If you are social entrepreneurs who are producing local food in organic way, you can go 10% higher, and then those directors have the right to buy higher without being illegal in the past, just like in the past. So that gives you a lot of incentive, but you have to prove yourself that your product could be a bit higher, but not that much higher. That means you still need to do some kind of lean management, logistic management. Those things still exist, but we give you a little bit more incentive and allow good people in the procurement system to support you in the much larger scale. The last one is taxation. We want to encourage more because at the moment, it's only private sector who gain those tax benefits. We want to go a bit further to individual. Whoever want to support social enterprise can get taxation. So those are inside the laws, but unfortunately it do not pass yet. So this is still a hope, but we hope that if those laws pass, then you have a better chance of being successful for being social enterprise. Just show you some figure, positive figure, that you, after the law passed, you can see some opportunities to work in this sector rather than being a good employer in the big corporate. There are 4 dimensions that I like to share you. First one, there are around 10,000 nonprofit organizations which you can go and work with them. Fortunately, they are so conservative. Based on the survey, there are £2 billion in saving account in the bank. They do not know what to do with that money. They don't have the tools to achieve the social objective. So now they put in the bank and get the interest to run the foundation. This is quite interesting. So that means the money is not the problem. If you're clever enough to tell those nonprofit organizations what to do. For instance, if I'm the founder of the Children Foundation, I have the money. My problem is that we do not have sustainable and innovative model to achieve social objective. If you do have one, just go there, and then you will gain that money. In terms of private sector, after the law passed, the taxation passed, the first money that will come in is the CSR budget. Because in the past, CSR budget do not get any tax deductible at all. It's 100% expensed. And as you know, it's mainly marketing tools. So they spend a lot, most of the money just to give away things which do not create social impact. And now those money will come to you because they ask for more sustainable solution. So if you are clever enough, propose the business model to big corporate, there are 10 million baht every year of CSR budget to be leveraged. They spend anyway. So 96% of those money at the moment is giving away the product, just like blanket, planting tree, no sustainable solution. So if you're clever, go there, asking them, this money will come. It's 10 billion baht every year, not just one time. In terms of academic, there are 200 million. It's around the same figure, 110,000 million every year that are allocating. So some of you who want to be researcher, there are a lot of money. And what I have heard from them, they really want the research which are serving society. So that is a good chance of you to get the money. And lastly, the government, even though the law do not pass yet, but the procurement system is so large. And now they are desperate to get more and better innovative solutions, like, for instance, primary health care. I talked to a lot of government agencies. They are allowing more and more solutions which are more innovative. But that problem that they told me is not about the money. It's about having social entrepreneurs who have a good business model and solution to spend that money wisely and better. So this is what I forecast. Okay, last slide. I think the trend will go this way, even without the law pass. First trend, we will see more and more social startups from young entrepreneurs. Because it's so cool to be social entrepreneurs, it's not anymore. If you are so good in academic, going out to work with big corporate and do not create any social impact, it's happened all over the world. It's become a trend that young people want to achieve better than financial return. I believe in that trend. Secondly, there will be more and more public service social enterprise, which turn from either government or local authority, local government service, to be a people-owned enterprise. We see a big trend in the bus transportation system. I just read from the newspaper that there are now 7 municipalities which has the bus system owned by people. Like, for instance, in Khon Kaen province, in Khon Kaen municipalities. So instead of waiting for municipality which do not know business at all and then fail, or waiting for private sector to come and maximizing profit, now we have a better option where good people come in, own the business, let people come to be shareholders, and then produce a good public service. So I believe the second trend will come more and more in the near coming future. The last trend that I see is happening is the big corporate social enterprise. Now at least there are 2 big corporate, which is PTT, PTT, and SCG, already set up company to replace the CSR department. So they already moved from the conventional CSR where 100% are expensed to be social investment. And this trend is coming more and more. So we will see CSR converse enterprise, which are now demanding a lot of young entrepreneurs and people in this sector to work inside. I help SCG to recruit people. The only people who apply is the people from social administration faculty, which is not what exactly we want, because we are not giving any charities, not having any charitable activity. We are needing and demanding social entrepreneurs just like you, having good idea, being innovative, wanting to create more social impact, and then forget about capital. It's everywhere. Thailand never have this problem. The only problem is our head, our mind. Without young entrepreneurs, I could not imagine this will happen. That's why I told you that I'm not very romantic. I see this trend is coming, but it will be successful, not because of me, not because of the president. We are too old to achieve this. We can do a lot of policy intervention, but without the real people to prove, it's impossible. We need young people. And young people can do much better than us because you have access to all knowledge all over the world. And you can create much higher impact than me and the president. And that's what I believe. So I'm not romantic, but I'm a bit practical, but I'm still optimistic. Okay, thank you.
Okay, it seems that the most critical factor that gonna create social enterprise in Thailand possible is not only depend on the legal part from the government, but depends on your passion from the young heart from everyone. Okay, we still have 5 or 10 minutes for question and answers. Any question from the floors? ครับภาษาไทยก็ได้ครับ You are our future. Okay, okay, good.
Entrepreneur กับ Enterprise นี่เอาอะไรมาวัดนะครับเป็นอะไรเป็นตัวตัดสินว่ามัน
Enterprise คือธุรกิจนะครับคือรูปแบบฟอร์มซึ่งเป็น market driven entrepreneur คือลักษณะของบุคคล social entrepreneur ไม่ได้แปลว่าต้องทำธุรกิจนะฮะมี social entrepreneur หลายคนที่ยกตัวอย่างเช่น Professor Yunus ดูเหมือนแกทำธุรกิจเยอะนะฮะแต่แกไม่ได้โอนธุรกิจสักอันนะแกเป็น catalyst entrepreneurs ที่ช่วยให้เกิดธุรกิจแต่นั้นความเป็น entrepreneurship ไม่ได้แปลว่าต้องทำธุรกิจนะครับอาจจะเป็นแต่ว่า sense ของ entrepreneur ในความเข้าใจผมแล้วผมคิดว่าสำคัญก็คือการที่รู้สึกที่จะพึ่งตัวเองนะครับอันนี้เป็นคุณลักษณะสำคัญที่อยากจะริเริ่มอะไรด้วยตัวเองแล้วพึ่งตัวเองไม่ได้พึ่งคนอื่นแล้วก็พร้อมจะล้มอันนี้ผมคิดว่าเป็นคีย์ซึ่งไม่ได้แปลว่าต้อง end up ด้วยการทำธุรกิจแล้วเทรนด์ที่ผมอยากเห็นก็คือไม่ได้แปลว่าเด็กทุกคนไม่ใช่ออกจากห้องไปตั้งธุรกิจกันหมดนะฮะก็เจ๊งกันหมดเหมือนกันนะฮะคือมันมี stage of development ซึ่งผมคิดว่าหัวใจสำคัญคือมหาวิทยาลัยต้องสร้าง social entrepreneurs ก่อนฮะแล้วทุกคนมี option อยู่ไปทำ big corporate ก็ได้ฮะแต่ถ้าเป็น social entrepreneur มันจะ create การเปลี่ยนแปลงข้างในผมไม่ได้มี belief ว่าทุกคนต้องทำธุรกิจนะฮะอย่าเข้าใจผิด
เท่ากับอาจารย์ยูนูสใช่ไหมคะท่านเป็นเหมือน social entrepreneur consultancy อะไรประมาณไม่
เชิงฮะเขาเป็น initiator เพียงแต่ว่าแกความหมายของคำว่า own ธุรกิจในความหมายผมนี่ตรงไปตรงมานะคือเป็น shareholder เป็นเจ้าของเนี่ยแกไม่ได้เป็นเจ้าของเวลาเราพูดเรื่องธุรกิจแล้วเป็นเจ้าของนี่มันเซนเรื่องได้ผลตอบแทนนะครับถูกไหมเป็นเจ้าของธุรกิจนะแกไม่ได้เป็นผมไปดูแล้วของแกเป็น non profit ล้วนๆเลยไม่ได้ not for profit โทษทีใช้คำผิดไม่ใช่ non profit not for profit ดังนั้นแกมีโครงสร้างการออกแบบธุรกิจที่อีเตอร์ว่าให้ชาวบ้านถือไปเลยหรือไม่ก็เป็นการร่วมทุนระหว่างมูลนิธิกับบริษัทเอกชนที่เป็น joint venture ตัวแกไม่ได้ถือดังนั้นผมเลยรู้สึกว่าคำว่า social entrepreneur กว้างกว่านะครับแล้วก็ถ้าเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นที่ผมแนะนำคือพยายามจะเป็น social entrepreneur ก่อนอย่าเพิ่งไปปักใจว่ากูออกไปจะทำธุรกิจนะครับธุรกิจมันทำยากนะครับไม่ได้ง่าย please
So if someone wanted to learn more or they thought they were ready to possibly start a social enterprise, what resources would you point them to? Websites, events, organizations to help learn?
I think they don't have any problem of accessing knowledge. These guys are better than me. They know very well on internet. The problem that we have in Thailand is that we don't have enough quality incubation center which are diverse and suitable to what they are interested. That's what I felt. So it's not the problem of accessing knowledge. Resources everywhere. These guys know better than me. They go to internet much more than me. so they know where to find that knowledge. Not enough. We are expecting more intermediary in the ecosystem which cover what you have said. But what I have known so far mainly is academic institutions, which are universities. And the problem of universities is that they have a lot of mission. So they could not focus mainly on this. That's what I felt. So that's why I mentioned about intermediary people or organizations who are so passionate to help young entrepreneurs to achieve without any other interference mission. So that's what I want to see more. But we don't have yet. We have some of them like Ashoka, but for me it's not enough. It's far from enough. In UK there are thousands of them, and that's our role to help them grow, which we do not achieve. That's my fault.
First, I thought I would ask a question, but now I changed my mind. I think I want to elaborate on what the last person mentioned. I think for me, I think a good source of information, those knowledge is right here at KMUTT. I have been traveling with the faculty members and students for 5-6 years, only 5-6 years. But it seems like there are a lot of projects and innovations and practice that we have done, and not just because for the sake of knowledge, but it's for the sake of the people. And every time I go to new areas and also visiting old areas, I feel like I gain a lot more knowledge every time. And a lot of time I bring projects to my colleagues and my students. And it's the angle that we attack the problem is not for the sake of knowledge, but it's for the sake of people. That way we gain a lot more knowledge in terms of practice. Not directly for the social enterprises, but I think for utilizing the knowledge that we have here at KMUTT, which is rather unique because we come from an angle of science and technology. And of course we have socials and we have design and we have architectural knowledge, marketing, which I am an engineer. I don't know these. I don't know how to design a good label, how to design like a good whatever. But I think once we go there together, and I feel the fuse of knowledge. It just seems like with the like mind, we can work together seamlessly. So I think if anybody, I would encourage everyone in this room, if you would like to know about social enterprise and whatever that about social problems, just go to the field and you know what to do. The first time you may not know what to do, the second and third time you will know yourself what to do. It's not, there's no obligation. If you go there and you feel like, okay, well, I just go traveling and visiting people, that's fine. But after a while, I think you know what to do. You feel like, yes, there's an urge in yourself to do something, more or less. So I would like to encourage everyone, students, faculty members, or whoever, just to go to the field and feel the people, how they feel, how suffer they are. And you just have the urge to do something. Well, thank you.
Okay, any more question? No? Okay, thank you very, very much for your interesting topic today about social enterprise, case studies and lessons learned from Taiwan and Thailand. Please give a big hand to K.Nuttaphong and Professor Zhou. Thank you. And I will and K.Nuttaphong as well.
Could I have a few words? I like to show appreciation to the two speakers and the interpreter as well. I think I learned quite a bit today. Two very passionate people, I think. I think the key from what I got is to get us all to really think that we are here for the betterment of the society, for the betterment of the world. I think both said that, not in such words, but it's what they are trying to get us to think. If we think that way, I think the rest will come upon itself. These things will happen if our main objective is for the betterment of our society. Ajahn Charanchai said, to see that you must travel, you must go out to see things. I think Professor said, don't wait until we are all urbanized and then try to get back to the rural areas. Why don't we just move the rural areas up so that the whole society sort of connect better, less silo, and you said. And this is interesting. You seem to say that rural areas is a little bit more silo-ish than the urban area, mainly because of less people and less communication and less condensed. This is very interesting. So I think the concept is certainly excellent, and that has been always the attitude for which our university try to impart it upon many of our students here. We want you guys to be social change agent. We want you guys to go out and create a better society for us. To do so, you must believe in what the two have just trying to get us to believe. I think this is very important. And I hope and I feel that you both are right. Social enterprise will be the way of the future. The new management objective, no longer capitalist, not just socialist, but really mainly for the betterment of our society and of course the world. So I think, again, thank you very much, and I certainly hope that us here, KMUTT, mainly here, could make some good impact towards the development of a betterment of our society. So thank you very much, and I hope that we create this sort of discussion among us. You know, what is social value? What is social enterprise? How do we move society towards what is something that we really want? I think the keywords are really the social value that we need to create. And again, thank you very much. Thank you to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Sakarin Primirat.